Hammonds, Chuck Hammonds in the B67 car. Move to the outside. Car number 42 from Modesto. It's a 1968 Camaro, sponsored by Cal Motor Exchange, Yosemite Auto Parts, E&H Distributors in Modesto, E&L Upholstery, and Reed Battery, the Outlaw, Chuck Aguirre. A number 2 car from North Highlands. It's a 1968 Chevelle. This gentleman would like to thank the driver in number Circle 8 for the parts needed to get this car back underway today. That's sponsored by B&A Custom Fabrication, Gomez Heating and Air, Fred's Muffler, Tim Gomez. Tim Gomez, number 2.
And from Livermore, California, 1974 Chevrolet Camaro. The highway hours of sponsor production is Livermore. Not that bad. Largest individual materials and family. Two-way out of Livermore. Just for Jackie Engineering. Number 30, somebody shop for Livermore. I'm going to thank the Buffalo McCurley on this one. Welcome back,
And after his cheering section gets done, we move over to the number 58 car, 1972 Ford Dorino, sponsored by Pit Stop Auto Repair in Livermore, Livermore Transmission and Tires Owned in Livermore, and Allied Auto Service from Livermore, Mark Waggle. Mark Waggle, number 58. Move back the number 98 car, a 1964 Skylot, sponsored by All Auto Dismantlers, Paint by Mike, Mad Dog Graphics, and The Warehouse. The driver, number 98, Jess Allen. Well, looks like Steve Yates in the seat of the number 98 car for the main event. Steve Yates.
From Orangevale, California, a 1965 Chevelle, sponsored by Don Order, CNC Auto Workers, CG&S Clothing, Florida Landscaping, Photo Radiator, the 1982 number 63 car, today's 50, welcome Don Whitmire.
Move back to the 02 car, 1969 GTO, sponsored by A&M Auto Wrecking, the Bailey Brothers Speed Shop out of Vallejo, Specialized Clutch from Sacramento, Sal Lopez.
From Orangevale, California, the 1968 GTO, sponsored by James Auto Wrecker, the Tire Bar, Custom Transmission, Mike Sierra Photography. They call her Mean Susie Goldbath. Number 6, our female driver of the day, Susie Alvarez.
We move back to the number 8 car, and this is a gentleman who loaning his parts out to the number 2 car. They're up in the second row, the 1965 Chevelle, the 8-ball special, sponsored by Bob's Parts House, Mountain House Cafe, Pat's Welding, Gordy Allen, and the Tri-Valley Tire and Brake from Livermore, Danny Knitz. See, somebody's going to help me out. Move over to car number 19, heat race winner.
From Livermore, California, 1968 Chevelle. That's all the Pit Stop Auto Repair. Metzler Racing Enterprises. New way out of one for 19, second time, second hand back. Mike Dumolis.
Move back to the yellow Camaro, number 33, 1968 Camaro vintage. CNC Tire in Los Banos, sponsor Nelson Construction Los Banos, Jerry's Union 76 and Clovis Company, all in Los Banos. The driver from Los Banos, Matt Costa. Matt Costa, number 33.
From Fresno, California, 1968 Plymouth GTX 440. He's sponsored by Bascom's Auto Upholstery, John's Tire Service, Long Miller, and Parisian. Number 26, Richard Bagdasarian.
I'm glad you got that one, Mike. We move back to the number 11, 1968 Pontiac GTO, sponsored by Mark Morris Tires in San Bruno, the Rib Shack San Bruno, Stuart Warner Gauges, Pennzoil Oil, Champion Spark Plugs. This car is for sale. The driver from San Bruno, Jerry Guernsey.
And from Stockton, California, 1965 Chevrolet, sponsored by Dickinson Tavern, Waterloo Liquors, Pikes Point Liquors, Atlas and Seed Shop, number 9, welcome to Larry Schaefer.
And on the other side of Larry, a 1966 Chevelle, sponsored by Gray's Union 76 in Los Banos, Palmer Valley Auto Parts in Loma. The driver from Los Banos, Duke Haas, number 87, and I hope those last 2 cars aren't going to compete in this one. That's Jorge Gomez back there in that green car. Going to take a couple of hot laps to get things sorted out.
Okay, let's jump into the last today. Check your position.
do you have? Employees of Bernal Memorial Raceway not eligible for competition. As they come around. Here we go, looking for a green. He says, not this time. Bringing them around. And we've got a green. We are underway. As they thunder into turn one, it's Chuck Aguirre, number 42, taking the lead from Chuck Hammonds. Looks like Gomez in that number 2 car holding down the 3rd spot. Here comes Mark Waggle, number 58, in the 4th spot. Waggle moving up. Don Whitmire, number 50, making a move on the outside at 3 and 4. Here comes Susie Alvarez on the outside. Good race shaping up here. Chuck Aguirre still your leader. Mark Waggle's moved into 3rd now. Here comes Don Whitmire, number 50, moving into that 4th position as Chuck Hammonds loses it. Coming out of 2, a couple of cars get by him. Look at Susie go fast on the outside. Number 16 moving into 5th now. Stephen Yates moves into that 6th position. A race for the lead coming down to the start-finish line. Chuck Aguirre, Tim Gomez, Skip Gomez sticks his nose out under the end there on the low side. Gomez takes over the lead. Car number 2, Chuck Aguirre is 2nd. Mark Waggle 3rd. Don Whitmire has moved up to 4th now. And Susie Alvarez making a move on the outside, trying to get by a slower car now. Chuck Aguirre now blocking her way to get by. As we go into turn 1, it's Gomez, your leader. Waggle 2nd. Here comes Whitmire, moves into 3rd. It looks like Whitmire getting the problem solved in that number 50 car today. Moving into 3rd. Here comes Susie Alvarez into 4th position. Stephen Yates, number 98, moves it into 5th. Somebody missing badly out there. Don't know who that is. Mark Waggle pushing Tim Gomez down the front straightaway. Gomez maintains the lead going into 1. Waggle on the outside now. Gomez on the inside as they tangle. Oh, Gomez blows the motor. Gomez blowing a motor. Smoke coming out from everywhere. The yellow flag comes out as we need to check for oil. Looks like Tim Gomez dropping some oil on the racetrack up there in 3 and 4. Everybody getting in it, getting a little squirrely. Whitmire thinks he's in front. Well, 5 laps down. And as the weekend, you got to come out and see these super fast BCRA midgets. Hank Butcher should be in the Spirit of Madeira car. Last year's BCRA got a green. And Waggle going to try to make a move on the inside. And it looks like Waggle is using the bump and run. Here he comes. Little tag on the back of Don Whitmire's car. Here he comes up again behind him. Let's see. Waggle trying to get away, trying to get around Don Whitmire, the number 50 car. Waggle now moves to the outside. Let's see if Whitmire can hold him off coming down the straightaway. Waggle seems to have a lot of horsepower in that Ford, but look at that 3rd place car. Susie Alvarez right in there. Stephen Yates moving up. Well, the bump and run didn't pay off. He got into the back of Don Whitmire's car, and it caused him to spin. So it's a tough break for Mark Waggle. Don Whitmire out in the lead now, pulling away, number 50. 02, Sal Lopez moves up into 2nd. Well, they're going to have to inspect turn 1 and 2 for some debris. They believe they have some debris from Mark Weigel's car over there in 1 and 2. Hell, she'll stand up here and watch the rest of the race, probably try to cool them down. It looks like we got the pieces off of Weigel's car.
I think she's got more in her mind than she's watching right now.
She's giving somebody a piece of her mind. We're underway once again by and looking young Stephen Yates on the outside of Don Whitmire. Whitmire running up high. Here comes Sal Lopez on the inside as Yates running way up high in number 98. Oh, we got a Hood sitting here on the front straightaway. Laps down and one rearranged hood being carried off of the turn 4 exit there as anybody need a new hood for their... I got him, and it's Don Whitmire still holding the lead. Weigel now has moved back up to 3rd. Mark Weigel moves up to 3rd, taking up the chase once again. He's got Yates between him and Whitmire. Here they come. Weigel moves up high on the outside. Sal Lopez now on the inside. A good race for 1st and 2nd, and also 3rd and 4th. Those two guys side by side. Weigel on the inside. Sal Lopez all the way out to the wall, and Stephen Yates takes over the lead, coming out of 4. It looks like it's Whitmire on the inside, finding the traction. Whitmire's engine does not sound good. Whitmire's engine sound like a wet sour here on this front straightaway. Whitmire losing the ground now, the motor going away in the number 50 car. Don Whitmire losing some horsepower, and it's Steve Yates out in the lead. Here comes Lopez now moving around Whitmire, taking over 2nd, and Mark Weigel going to move up right behind the 2 cars, battling for 2nd. Whitmire still on the throttle. Even with a sick motor, Whitmire still in there battling with 2nd and 3rd place cars. Here comes Mark Weigel moving up to the back of Don Whitmire. Don Whitmire, number 50, now in 3rd. Weigel holding down the 4 spot. 14 laps down. 14 laps down. Your leader, Stephen Yates, number 98. Oh, Stephen Yates getting the back end out a little bit here in turn 4. He gets it all collected, back underway again. And that puts Don Whitmire into 2nd place. Mark Weigel 3rd. Mark Weigel coming around. Here comes Weigel right on the bumper of Don Whitmire. Once again, here they go. Let's see who got a battle shaping up for 2nd. Weigel right behind Whitmire. As they go down the back straightaway, Weigel goes to the outside. Weigel gets by for 2nd. Whitmire drops back to 3rd. Mike Conlon almost losing it out of here, out of 4 to number 76 car. 17 laps down. 17 laps down. Quite a battle shaping up for 2nd as Steve Yates coming around. He'll be looking for the white flag this time around in that number 98 car as he's working his way through traffic now, just trying to stay out of trouble. Mark Weigel moved into 2nd, that number 58 car. to go for Steve Yates. Steve trying to keep out of trouble as Chuck Hammonds, it looks like, moving off into turn 1 and 2. And here comes your leader, car number 98. Got some traffic right in front of him. Mark Weigel about a quarter of a lap down. The checkered flag is out for Stephen Yates, your winner. Car number 98. Mark Weigel get in there for second. Don Whitmire gets in there for third, number 50. As he immediately brings it into the pits with that. There's coming out of turn 4. We got one sideways, ended up into the quarter-mile turn 4. He just wanted to give us a little excitement at the end of this one. A rear end put in it, and it'll come back up here to South San Francisco where they'll finish the car up and hopefully have it out there. Let him hear you. He can hear you now. Stephen Yates, number 98, your winner.
Did right.